Alright, welcome back. Super excited today. As you can see, finally going to be installing the disc brake conversion kit onto the 65 Fastback. This kit was pretty cool. Comes with mostly everything I'll need. Only thing I bought from the auto parts store was a bearing packer, brake cleaner, and caliper grease, but other than that, looks like it comes with everything. We have our rotors, calipers, and the brake pads are already in the calipers, mounting brackets, bolts, nuts, and all that good stuff. But it also comes with a power booster, but I'm not going to be installing that in this video. We also have our brake lines that are not in this picture. So these parts seem to be pretty good build quality. I'll put the link for the kit down in the description in case anybody wants to do it on their Fastback. I'm pretty sure it'll work with 65 through 66 V8 Fastbacks. I'm sorry, coupe or Fastback. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. So first piece that we're gonna slap on is the mounting bracket. Okay, so first piece is the mounting bracket. So it's gonna have the curved edge towards the front and the flat side towards the bottom. So we're gonna go ahead and leave it right there. Next up is the splash shield. I'm not sure if these are site specific, but this is the proper orientation for this part. So don't listen to me in the first part. So it has to be with the bowl facing in, as you could see, because the rotor won't slide on otherwise. Okay. It's gonna be 3 long bolts and so it's gonna be 3 short bolts. It's gonna be 3 short bolts and 1 long one. The long one's gonna go through the thicker side of the spindle, but so the bolt head side is gonna be towards the outside of the car. Okay, so now that all the nuts and bolts are in or mounted to each other, we're gonna go ahead and tighten them down. Okay, so now next up, we're gonna go ahead and pack these bearings. This bearing packer, which is pretty cool. If you don't have one of these, you could just do it by hand. Just push grease through all these little holes. I'm gonna go ahead and pack this one. Just push it down. Okay, now that the bearings are packed, we're gonna go ahead and put the big one onto the back side of the rotor. This is the inner bearing. Just go ahead and slap it in here. Make sure it's seated good. And now we're gonna get our seal and slap it in there. Okay. Okay, now that we've installed the outer bearing, the inner bearing. Okay, now that we've installed the inner bearing into the rotor, we're gonna go ahead and just slide it on. I did clean the rotor surfaces with brake cleaner just to remove all the rest. And this is backwards. Now that it's on the right way, we're gonna go ahead and slide on the rotor this time. So it clicks in. Oh, what a surprise, it fits now. Okay, next step, I'm gonna install the little bearing, our outer bearing, onto the outside. If it goes in, come on. Let me go ahead and push it in. Okay, now that that little guy's in, I'm gonna go ahead and install our washer. It only has one way because of this little notch. Go ahead and put that on, and our nut. Okay, so instructions say before we just tighten it down, we're gonna go ahead and turn it. While we're turning it, I'm gonna go ahead and tighten it down to in between 18 to 24 foot-pounds, back off half a turn, and then retighten it to 10 to 15 foot-pounds. So go ahead and do. Okay, so we're right at 20. We're gonna go ahead and back off half a turn. It's a quarter. another one. While it's turning, we're going to go ahead and do another 10 to 15. Make sure you don't have any play up and down or side to side. And it looks like that's good. And now we're going to go ahead and install our cotter pin. Okay, rotor is on and it is looking good. Now we're going to go ahead and do the caliper. So now that rotor's in, it's caliper time. So we're going to make sure the bleeder screw is on top before we mount anything. Just has 2 bolts. Per instructions, these are torqued down to 60 foot-pounds, so that's what we're going to do. Alright, okay, so this side is done. It is looking good. We're not going to be installing the brake lines just yet, but other than that, rotor and caliper are on and it is looking good. So we're going to go ahead and rinse and repeat on the other side. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and like the video if you want to see more to follow along with this restoration. Thanks again. We'll see you on the next one.